Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I figured we'd talk about just various bikes and local dealers and how they do things and how we do things. And I'm not going to name names because a lot of the old-fashioned local dealers tend to do this anyway. So it's really just a general statement. If your local dealer does this, then obviously they're old-fashioned. We get calls all the time. Yesterday we got a call from a lady. She was looking for an e-bike for her son, just wanted to buy a bike. I talked to her about our various products, the ones we sell, and I guess she must have called or went to this other dealer, and they said, well, you're gonna have your tax, which is, of course, that's a given. You're gonna have a setup fee. That's like $600 or something. I forget what she said. It was some crazy setup fee. And you're going to have a service fee. And you're going to have, and she mentioned one more fee. I can't remember what the fourth one was. There was like 4 fees. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not buying a car. That's what she told me. Her exact words were, I'm not buying a car. There's no reason for all these fees. She's 100% correct. There is not a reason for all these fees, but that's how traditional power sports dealers operate. They're old-fashioned. They charge all these fees. So something that is marked up that they'll make anywhere from $800 to $1,500 on, depending on the model of electric bike, they're going to make, they're trying to make $2 grand, $2,500 on that one vehicle. And I don't even know if I call it a vehicle because the state doesn't recognize them as a vehicle in Colorado. So that toy, like she said, I just want to buy something for my teenage son. I'm not buying a car. There shouldn't be this huge process to buy one of these. She called me back, told me the story. That's how I'm telling you. And she's going to be coming in here to buy something from us. Now, we're a little low on inventory. I'll swing you all around. Got 2 out for a rental. Got a couple customer bikes so she can check these out because they're sitting here. The other customer bike is gone from the other video I did. It was just the charger, as I stated there in that video. Gave him the charger. Away he went. He's good to go. These ones are almost sorted out. I think we just need to buy a new front rim for that guy. It's just flat from the factory. There's a spot, it's not 100% round, so he gets up to speed and it wobbles. We don't tend to do high speed, so that's not something we would have noticed. And that's the other thing, setup fee. So in Colorado, a service is not tax. You don't have to collect tax on a service. Well, guess what the other place does? At least the other place we know of. They charge tax. Because somebody's actually showed us their invoice, they charge tax on the service. Now, are they paying that to the state or is that somehow being skimmed? I don't know. It's not something you should be doing though. You shouldn't be charging tax on the service. Because per Colorado state law, you don't need to charge tax on services. So that's something to be on the lookout for. And like I said, we're just not going to really charge setup fee. Now for the Arctic Leopard, we're going to charge a setup fee. The Arctic Leopard EXE 880 at least comes in many boxes, so I think that deserves a setup fee of something. We're going to be pretty reasonable with it. You'll at least know that I'm going to be like lubing everything good because I'm a believer in, lube up the axle, lube up the swing arm pivot bolt, lube up the head bearings because they're right there. Might as well make sure all that stuff is lubed up, and I tend to use, right now I'm using Lucas Red and Tacky. I seem to like that stuff. It's pretty good. I might also go to the AMSOIL because we sell it here and just do this. Plus this is clear, so, well, not really clear. It's like a whitish, basically clear on your hand. It works really good. And like I said, it's not messy to your fingers, right? It's probably on your fingers, but you can't see it. So I kind of like that, especially when you're working with grease all day, setting up bikes. Yeah, so, watch out for places. There's no need to be charging these old-fashioned fees for this and that. People don't want to pay those fees. And they're pretty wise to, hey, this is a simple little kid's, like she said, this is something for my son. This is something simple. It's an electric dirt bike. It shouldn't have all these fees. And I think people are pretty feed out, and they know that when they call us, they're surprised that we don't have fees for everything, because that's just not something we do. In fact, a lot of our little servicings are fairly cheap and reasonable that we've done, like putting on sprockets and chains and this and that. It's like, do we charge more? Don't we charge more? I don't know. I hate ripping people off, so it's just one of those things. I just don't want to overcharge somebody. But we do have the luxury, I'll admit that, as a business. When you're starting out, you have that luxury because your time is kind of free as being the owner. Like, I'm not paying somebody, but even, okay, let's say I was paying a kid 15 bucks an hour. Let's say 20 bucks an hour. Paying somebody 20 bucks an hour. Okay, still, if I'm charging, say, 30 bucks to put on a tire, it doesn't take an hour, so there's still money to be had there. Just saying. Yeah, I think we can, in like setup fee, like let's say we do go to needing a charge a setup fee. It'd probably be pretty reasonable. Let's say it's 150 bucks. That's cheaper than any traditional dealership. And honestly, there would be little money to be made on that setup fee. But yeah, depending on the bike, and that's why we haven't charged it on the RARs and the Talaria and stuff like that, Suron, because they come pretty much assembled. The Ultra B comes assembled. You put on some handlebars, you look at stuff, you make sure stuff's tight, and you call it good. Which, there's a downside of that, because you're not taking off wheels, you're not lubing the axles. I would highly suggest you do that when you buy something, because no dealer's doing that either. Now, I've seen dealers in my life experiences have seen dealers say, oh, we do all this stuff. No, they don't. It's a bunch of bullshit. They're not taking off the wheels and lubing. They're not taking off the pivot bolt and lubing. They're just not doing that. I mean, you can't really expect them to do that either. But that's why the service fees are a joke. Setup fees, sorry, I think I said service fee before. Setup fee is a joke. I don't know really what she was saying about service fee. I don't know what that is. Maybe the first servicing or something was going to be included, but they're going to charge you for it. I don't know. For an electric bike, what do you really need for a service fee? I don't really know. Anyways, back to the advice. Businesses, you're going to call around, but don't be old-fashioned and charge all these fees. That's the gist of this video, is you got to think these kids are wiser than you think. They don't want to pay all these fees. These parents are wiser than you think. They're feed out in life. I know I am. I'm tired of games that charge a fee, and this charges a monthly fee, and that charges. It's why we don't have Microsoft 360. Aaron has it because he gets a military discount, so it's like really cheap. But I don't subscribe to Microsoft 365, is it called? Whatever it's called. I don't subscribe to it because I don't want to pay a yearly fee for another stupid program. Everything's these fees nowadays, monthly fees. I don't want it. I'm tired of it. We already have, internet bill, cell phone bill. That's already 2 more bills than my parents grew up with and had up until much, much later in life. We're billed to death in this society. So I don't see us, for the time being, for the next least year, charging any type of setup fee, other than maybe, like I said, the Arctic Leopard. That comes in 3 to 4 boxes. So it probably deserves some sort of setup fee, but I think we'll be pretty reasonable with that. And we're not going to charge you on that because that's a service. We're putting it together. That's a service. So anyways, that's it. And if you would like a stop by. We have E-Ride Pros. We're the official dealer for the Front Range, and honestly, right at this time, Denver all the way down Trinidad, we are the dealer. E-Ride Pro on the phone said the next place they will be looking is Grand Junction, and then eventually they'll get somebody in Denver, but time being, 2 per state. We are the official E-Ride Pro dealer. We're our Mantis dealer, Arctic Leopard dealer. So you come on in, check us out. We are placing that order for the E-Ride Pros here. We're just waiting for the invoice from the company. They said they had 90 bikes, more than enough to send us an order of bikes. We were initially ordering 2, but I think we have quite a few people that are prepaying. So that's why we're kind of not pushing for that invoice, because it's like easier on everybody if we get a bunch of bikes at the same time, and if it just takes a few more days, it's a few more days, right? It's not a huge deal. So anyways, come in, check us out. We also have pet food. We do boutique pet foods, treats. I have some samples here of pet food. If you want to come in and pick up a sample of pet food and you're in the Monument, Colorado area, go ahead, do that. It's air dried, very healthy for your pet. They sent us this for samples, so I will give you one. Go ahead, pick one out, or maybe even 2. So come on in and see us. Have a good one. Bye.